One of the things that we really need to have when we work as a group, when we work as a team, is we need to have a common vision. Now that first slide that I put up there was a mix and match of all of your vision statements, your goals, off your website. How many people have ever read that vision statement? How many people in this room actually know it? Show of hands, anyone? And we wonder why we don't keep going in a general direction. It's crazy, but this is the norm. This is not something unusual where you guys are sitting and going, you know what, I mean, this is crazy. I mean, you've got to see the other place I was at last week. The other place I was at last week was identical to this. Nobody understands, has a clear picture of the vision. Now let's think of that. I arrive at my driveway in the morning. I have no idea where I'm going. Do I go left? Do I go right? Do I go straight? And then I go somewhere, and I get nowhere, and then I shake my head and I go, I wonder why. But now we look at that in our lives, and we have no vision. We have no goals. And we get to the end of another year, and we've got nowhere, and we're going nowhere. All we are is a little more wrinkled, a hell of a lot more disgruntled, and either where we were, or we've gone backwards. And we wonder why. Well, I'm saying to you, this is why. You don't have a vision. You don't have a picture. You don't have a destination in your mind. As soon as you get a destination, arrive at my driveway in the morning. Drive 10 kilometers down the highway. Take the third off-ramp. Off the off-ramp, turn left at the robot. Do you think I could get to any destination in the world? It's just about vision. It's just about knowing where you've got to go. Where does it start? The leadership needs to communicate the vision of the organization to the team leaders. Those team leaders need to get a crystal clear picture of their team's individual role in delivering on that vision. The team leaders then need to go to their teams and say, guys, girls, this is what we need to do as a collective team to deliver on the vision. Everybody comes to work with an absolutely crystal clear picture of their role, their piece in the puzzle. Do you think if everybody is standing in front of that little remote and we're all pulling in this direction, do you think we could get to where we want to go? Versus we're all hanging around this thing and we're all pulling in our own direction, where do you think it's going to go? Leadership. You've got a vision. Communicate it to everybody so that they know it. Make sure they understand the individual roles in delivering on that vision. Measure it. Whatever gets measured, gets done. Measure performance. See where you're going. Because something amazing is going to happen 10 years from now if you don't measure your performance. Do you know that you guys must know this. An aircraft fails its way to its destination, am I right? It doesn't fly straight from from Johannesburg to Durban. It jig-jags and goes through all sorts of, and it fails its way. But what does it do? It keeps taking in-course corrections and fails its way. One of those space shuttles, the Apollo missions back in the 60s and 70s, they failed their way to the moon. They would be off course and tiny in-course corrections would take them to the moon. 1 degree off would miss the moon by 300,000 miles. Now listen, if you're flying from Joburg to Durban and you hit PE, that's okay. But if you're flying from Cape Canaveral to the moon and you miss the moon by 300,000 miles, that's not good. Okay, so it's very important that but how did they do it? They failed their way to the moon. That's how you develop, how you create your dreams. That's how you reach your vision. You fail your way to your vision. You take action, some of them are going to work, some of them not. Well, the ones that don't, I replace them. How does it work? Those of you that are taking notes, this is important. Plan. do. Check it out, review, improve, plan, do, review, improve. Keep following that simple cycle throughout your life, and you will scale yourself to success. Nothing is beyond your ability to achieve. Nothing is beyond your ability to achieve. Those are ducks. Do you know that ducks fly between 6,500 and 8,000 miles every year? If they had to fly alone, they couldn't do it. Aeronautical chappies here will know this. As the ducks flap their wings, so they create lift for the duck behind them. And that duck creates lift for that one. 75% energy saving just because they fly in this formation. That duck gets tired, slips back, this one takes over. They take equal turns to pull that group along. If it wasn't for that 75% energy saving, ducks would be unable to even fly half the distance that they fly. So what does that mean to me sitting in this room? Who cares about ducks? Let me tell you what it means. What it means is you're part of a team. You're an integral part of a team. You've obviously heard of the word synergy. If I'm going to go it alone, how many of you know successful hermits? Not too many successful hermits out there. But teams, a lot of successful teams. That's what you need to be doing is, how can I get out in the front and do something? Remember what I said right in the beginning. Zig Ziglar said, the more people I can help to get what they want, the more people are going to be committed to help me get what I want. How can I help you? Do you know ducks have one other amazing thing? While they're flying in formation, that duck gets sick, tired, whatever. This duck and two other ducks land. They look after the other duck until another flock of ducks comes over, or the duck that was sick recovers, and then the other two ducks that went down with them fly in front. They take the load and they bring the sick duck back on to the group. What are you doing for your teammates? Everybody has challenging days. Everybody has difficulties they go through. Are you helping, assisting? If ducks can get this teamwork thing so right, why can't we? We're intelligent. We have choices. We get to do amazing things, drive cars, fly aeroplanes. But ducks get it right. What about us? So what are you going to look at differently when you go back to your workplace now? Are you going to be looking around going, how can I help? How can I lead? How can I assist? What can I do? Imagine if everybody did that. Because if you do it, and you do it, and you do it, and everybody does it, can you imagine what we can do for each other? How we can be a successful, incredibly powerful team of unstoppable achievers. Nothing can stop us. Trust is an amazing thing. It takes years and years and years and years and years and years to build trust. How long does it take to destroy it? Milliseconds. You can destroy trust in milliseconds. So what do? Let's go figure. How do I earn trust? Well, I'm always on time at meetings. If I say I'm going to have an item on your desk by 3 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon, it's there by 2:30. I under-promise and I over-deliver. Do you think you'd start trusting me? Do you think I could start? And how do I get trust? Well, I give it. Because if I give you reasons to trust me, do you think you're going to want to? It's called and I can never say this word. If anybody can help me say it, the law of reciprocity. You know what I mean? Okay, that word. It's one of those that I can never do. And you know what the worst of all is I tell myself I can't do it and then I can't. Next time I actually need to say, this is a word I can say, and maybe I'll get it right. Belief. You've got to believe. Okay. Help as many people get what they want to get building trust. As you build trust with those people, so they are going to start trusting you, and you in turn are going to start seeing behavior changes where you can start to trust them. So I don't demand trust from you or demand trust from you. I give trust, and then I earn trust. And that just opens up all sorts of new ways of thinking. It's not in my way. It's on my way. I don't have to get through my week. I don't have to get through meetings with my team members. I now get from meetings with my team members. I get from my week. I get from. I'm hungry. I'm looking. Do you think somebody who is looking at their life and everything is in their way, and they are just wanting to get through everything, how does that person sound? Successful? On my way. From. I'm hungry. One philosophy. If that's all they pay, I'm not coming in early, and I'm most certainly not staying late. Forget it. Success story in the making, okay? Don't you think? Different philosophy. If that's all I'm earning at the moment, what is my vision? Where do I see myself going? I'm going to come in early. I'm most certainly going to stay late. And I'm going to learn. Everything is on my way. I'm going to be getting as much as I can from everything in my environment. Who do you think is going to be successful 5 years from now? If you're going to arrive somewhere 5 years from now, my question to you is, where? Is it going to be somewhere where you're going to be like a paper cup blowing in a car park where you're just going to haphazardly blow from side to side? And I'll get there. Because you're going to arrive somewhere. You can make that choice, or you can make a better choice. And you can say, I'm going to do things differently from this moment forward. I'm going to be better. Les Brown, arguably one of the best DJs America has ever had. He started off as a gardener. The reason he wanted to be a gardener was because the park where he was working was opposite the radio station where he had a dream to be working. So every day he would do his job. He was the best gardener they ever had, by the way. Best. Because the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So he gave everything. He was the best gardener they ever had. On his breaks, I'm Mr. Station Manager. I'm Les Brown. I'd like to be a DJ. Can I? Les, have you got any experience? No, sir. Les, forget it. At my office. 18 months, Les worked as a gardener. As often as he could get up and the manager was there, he wore him down. After 18 months, the manager said, Les, get out of my office and go and work in the post room. I don't want to see you. Please, leave me alone. Went and started working in the post room. He came in early. And he stayed late. Every day, whenever he had an opportunity, he'd stand outside the DJ box, peering through the glass. Which buttons were they pushing? What were they doing? How were they talking? How were they speaking to the people out there? Every night he'd go home and he'd sit with his hairbrush and he'd practice his words and practice how he was going to run his show. Saturdays and Sundays he was there. He didn't need to be there on Saturdays and Sundays. One Saturday afternoon, sitting at the studio, one of the DJs was all inebriated. And he was on the air. And the manager phoned in and he went, Les, for heaven's sake, phone somebody and replace that guy. We can't have him on the show. Les did phone someone. It wasn't another DJ, it was his mother. Mom, put on the radio. I'm going to be on the radio in 10 minutes time. 10 minutes later, the manager, Les, have you managed to find someone? No, sir, I've tried so hard. Les, can you do it? Les had been preparing. He'd been at the radio station for 8 months. He'd been preparing every day of his life for that opportunity. Yes, sir. He got on the air, spent that afternoon on the air. That Monday, he got his own show live on the air. Les Brown now earns between 55 and 60,000 US dollars to stand and do what I'm doing right now. What an investment. 18 months in the park. 8 months in the studio. Arguably the best DJ America ever had. He had a dream. He worked on it every day. He didn't just become a DJ. Every single day he watched through the window. What can I learn? How can I grow? Every single day he went home and he practiced and he prepared and he became more. Because if you want to attract more, you need to become more. And the only way to become more is to invest into the most important person in your life. And I hold you all personally responsible for changing this on Kalula. Who did this? Remember when they used to do these announcements? In the unlikely event that there is a cabin depressurization, the masks will fall from the ceiling. When you stop screaming, pull the mask over your face and breathe gently. And if you have more than one child with you, pick the one you love the most and put the mask on them first. Brilliant. I used to love those things. I don't listen to them anymore. And my favorite, in the unlikely event of a water landing. Now, you guys, okay, you don't land in water. It's not legal, am I right? Okay, so you land in water. If you land in water, your seat cushion will serve as a flotation device. And on swimming to the shore, take the cushion with the compliments of Kalula. Okay, no. But let's go back to that mask. When that mask falls from the ceiling, I got 2 screaming kids with me. I stick the masks on them first. And I don't look after me. I black out. Who can I help? You need to take care of the most important person in your life. Who is that? You. I'm going to put my neck on the line here, and I actually need to hide behind something in case managers don't throw things at me right now. But think about what I'm saying. I want you to work harder on yourself than you work on your job. What does that mean? Well, let's figure that out. If I work harder on myself than I work on my job, I become a better employee, don't I? If I work harder on myself than I work on my relationship with my wife, I become a better husband, don't I? If I work harder on any facet of my life than I work on anything else in my life, I become a better contributor to that in my life. So that's what I want to challenge you to do today, is grab that mask, pull it over your face, breathe, be selfless, and you can help assist everybody around you. Commit to help people, and they will help you.